What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Laugh Locks, presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dino, all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where we can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop. Plus, for the best lines, and most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is that? It's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks so you can get them in before the lines end up moving. You just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord and get signed up for Scores and Odds. It's that simple. I'm joined today by a man who likes to gamble, a man who I know, who I've known before he worked for Scores and Odds. I think he's wearing a Monkey Knife Fight t-shirt. Dude Man Pot, aka Dude Man PA, aka Ryan Reed. The PH just throws me off so much. He's from Pennsylvania, apparently. Ryan, how you doing there, buddy?
Good, Grant. Nice to see you. This is definitely a Monkey Knife Fight t-shirt. I went deep into the closet to bring this one out today. What do you got going on this fine Thursday? I am buried in 8 inches of snow in downtown. Did you guys get snow at your house?
We got some decent snow. I was surprised. It was just raining a little bit last night, and my wife's like, we're going to get some snow. And then, lo and behold, we got like 6 inches. I'm like, well, all right.
Well, it's heavy snow, too, so hopefully you didn't have to shovel.
I mean, I never shovel. I'm on the, I don't know if you know this about Colorado, but one side of the street, the snow melts, one side doesn't. I'm on the good side of the street.
You're on the good side of the street. That sun does melt it quick, so I'm just going to stay in the house until that happens.
Smart man. We got some basketball. We got some football. I'm just going to mention my football bets. I don't know if I haven't looked into Dobbs at all, but Dobbs is starting. I mean, I guess they're both on the Dallas side, but Schultz under 40.5 receiving yards, -120 over at Betfred, and Gallup over 2.5 receptions, -120 at Betfred. Those are both specifically Betfred bets because Betfred is way off on these lines. Still waiting for them to ban me. I've been trying to get status over there, and I went on a just run of losing a ton of money. And I'm like, great, I can probably get status there. They'll let me bet more. And sure enough, then I've been on an absolutely massive tear this week. And the limits are they're starting to come down.
Unfortunately, you get blocked before you get your phone call, before you get anything good.
I'm already on one of the lower tier VIPs, but I'm about to hit the upper tier. Like they sent me for a private tour of the of Mile High not too long ago, but that's kind of it. Hoping to get. I talked to one of the guys there that was a VIP. And he's like, yeah, they have a nice suite at Mile High. They have Nuggets tickets. They have all. They're starting to break into the VIP game, and they're putting a lot of money into their VIPs. And so, we'll see.
They've had that suite at Mile High. I remember seeing it there last year.
Oh, all right. Oh, yeah. Betfred, that's a European company, right?
I'm not sure, but I do know that they had some promo with the Broncos because you were getting, I don't know, like a $25 or $20 free bet every time you were in the stadium from them last year.
Ooh, yeah. Betfred, let's see. I think it's a European. Yeah, it's United Kingdom. 3.5 billion in revenue. Has continued to grow over 10 billion in 2018, 2019. So yeah, they're a decent sized company. It's solid. But we got basketball to talk about, and we're going to start off with one line that I think we are both on. Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 points. I got it -118 over at Sports Illustrated. You got it at an even better line than me.
-110 when you wake up early.
Sometimes I wake up early. Sometimes I stay up till midnight playing Call of Duty with my buddies because I'm an adult and stuff. Right. But yeah, no, like he's going up against Indiana. It's going to be a higher scoring game. Mitchell's a bit on a tear. He's averaging 30 on the season pretty much. This is a line I hit a lot. Tell me why you're on it.
So he's been down the last couple of games. I think his shooting percentage was down like 25% one game and 30 the next. That's not going to sustain. This is a perfect day to bounce right back. He's also getting guarded by Nembhard or whatever. So it's going to be a good matchup. It's a decent pace. We're going to get right back on the horse. I think he goes right back to season averages.
Love it. I've got a lot of bets in this Clippers-Boston game. So I have a lot of overs on the Clippers side and a lot of unders on the Boston side. So I'm just going to read all these out, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. But I have Tatum under 42.5 points, rebounds, assists. I have Brown under 26.5 points. I had that multiple times just because I like to party. And then I have Marcus Smart over 10.5 points. I think that Kawhi and Paul George are going to shut down, and I say shut down, but hold Brown and Tatum to a little bit worse game than normal. I think that all their numbers are inflated. I've had some decent matchups recently, and they've been on absolute tears. But I think Kawhi and Paul George defense is probably going to hold them in a little bit in check these games. I know that Tatum's been absolutely crushing it recently, but like he's played Houston. Yes, he had a good game against Milwaukee. He played Minnesota. He played Indiana. He played Orlando. He played the Lakers. Last time he was really put in check was against the Clippers. So this is a spot where I think that they're both going to be shut down to an extent here. And I don't know, it'll be an interesting game. What do you think about that?
All right. So I love this parlay IQ and the simulations. I just brought it up while you were talking. It kind of agrees with you. We have a 52% chance of the Clippers to cover the +7 and a 55% chance to be under the 228, which kind of shapes up to be a little bit closer of a game, like you were saying. I made a note here about the Jason Tatum under 42.5 PRA. I've been chasing the under assists lately, and that one's got a really good chance and probability of 76%, but it's already -162. So I'm going to look at joining you on the other one after we're off the show. But that was an interesting play there to me. And I kind of agree with you. Kawhi and Paul George are probably going to mitigate some of the perimeter offense that we see out of Boston. So if they can't get it down low, it's not going to happen.
Yep. And then on the Clipper side of things, Paul George over 4.5 assists, -113 at FanDuel. Kawhi over 3.5 assists, +102 over at FanDuel. Kawhi over 20.5 points, -120 at Sports Illustrated. That has already moved to 21.5. So do with that what you will. Then I have Reggie Jackson over 2.5 assists, -121 over at Caesars. I like all these overs. Like Kawhi has been steadily getting a little bit better, a little bit more in rhythm. I've been hitting his under quite a bit this season, but the over is looking pretty solid.
My favorite bet on this board right now is Scotty Barnesu.
Scotty Barnesu?
Yeah, you got a U there at the end of Scotty Barnes. Just
Scotty Barnesu.
Yeah, that's all right. It's going to be his new nickname after that.
Spelling is not my forte, but yeah, I got him under 7.5 rebounds, +110 over at Betway, over at DK2. They're the same exact odds. Let's see if it's still at that. Scotty Barnes +105 is now the best line. Still like it at +105, just too high of a number. Interesting one. So obviously, Randall gets a fantastic matchup going up against the Spurs, worst defensive team in the league. Potentially no Brunson here. Julius Randle, like that. Do you know? Did you already look and see what his points prop was?
I didn't, but I believe it's decent. Maybe 26, 27. I think I have.
Keep going.
9.
Keep going.
31.
30.5. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. I know he's been on a tear recently, 29, 35, 29, 30 points in the last 4 games. I know he gets a great matchup, but like, are we going to be surprised if this game blows out? No. The main thing is he's played 45, 40, 38, 40 minutes in the last 4 games. I'm not going to be surprised if this game's blow out. I know they're only 5.5 point favorite, but regardless, there's only a 226 total here. He's been in some big scoring games recently. Even with no Brunson, he's been shooting like 60% from the field. It's already dropped to 29.5. And I think you can still get it at, let's see, I think you can still get it at 30.5. Yeah, you can still get the under at 30.5 at -120 over at FanDuel. It's just an absurd number for Randall. I don't understand this.
I have a play on Randall. It's not going to be his total points. It's going to be to score the first points. I like Randall for the first bucket tonight. We have Mitchell Thompson, who's going to win like 77% of the tips. And who does he tip off against? Podol. Podol only wins like 38 or something. Pirtle, is it Pirtle the Turtle?
I can't remember. I can never remember. My problem is like so many different, like Buddy Hyde.
Yeah, Heald or Hyde.
It's Buddy Hield, but I say Buddy Hyde so often
because of Chop. Chop started that, I believe.
Yeah,
Buddy Hyde. He just stuck with it.
Yeah, no. So there's so many names I intentionally got wrong because it was funny to me, and then now I can't remember what it is.
So to finish that thought, Podol doesn't win many tips. I believe he's under 40% tip win percentage. And then we have Julius Randle, who's been clocking 41% of the first baskets for the Knicks. There's a slight hole. It's not like a massive one on the defensive side from the Spurs to that position, but it's mostly because the position that they do give up a little bit better on the first bucket is a position that the Knicks don't really utilize. So we're rolling Randle for first bucket in this one. It's plus 390 on FanDuel. You can get it a little bit higher at some other places, but I will only play the first bucket on FanDuel because that's method. Ooh, you're going straight to that. If they get fouled, FanDuel still pays out on a foul shot. The other books are counting the next basket as the first field goal, so always be sure to read terms and conditions.
But let me get to it. You know what? I'm feeling this with you. I'm feeling it. I haven't bet on one of these in a while. 200. I haven't done enough research to throw that much on it. But we're going Julius Randle first bucket, 100 to win 390.
I like it. It's the one of three that I have on the slate today.
All right, we got that. Boom. Yeah, I like to party. And maybe I'll get not limited. So making stupid bets. Let's see what else I got. Gordon Hayward over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 110 at Betway. DK minus 111 over at FanDuel. Seems a little bit too low here. I have him project for close to 27 in the spot. I think our projections have been at 26.5. Decent matchup going up against the Thunder. Should be a pretty high scoring game. What's the total in this? Yeah, 239 with a 1 point spread. He's been putting up decent numbers in the last couple of games. The shot at volume has been there. He just hasn't been shooting the ball great. 14 and 14 shot attempts over the last two. Again, high scoring game. So, yeah. I like that. I also like LaMelo Ball over 38.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 110 at Betway or over at DK.
I always like LaMelo Ball. I can't help myself on that one. Gordon Hayward, I wasn't too sure about because we have a little bit of a DVA negative bonus to pretty much all categories against Lou Dort.
Do you think Dort's going to be on him, or do you think he's going to try and guard LaMelo?
Those are one of the things I was going to start to look into. I just wasn't going to jump on it blind with you, but I do see that it's got a 56% probability to hit. I usually try and find some stuff in the 70s still for the minus 110.
Yeah, I assume Dort's going to be either on LaMelo or Rozier.
Okay.
Like that was kind of my guess. It wouldn't surprise me if Rozier. I mean, it's not Gordon Hayward. It's not like Dort has to be on small forward specifically. Like he can guard. He mostly guards. He just plays the three. But realistically, that's because they have SGA, Giddey, and Dort all on the floor at the same time. So I kind of assume that he's going to be on LaMelo or more than likely Rozier.
I always love LaMelo. I'm a sucker for that kid. I like him.
Yeah, he's a fun player, fun guy, probably a fun guy. Do you know what the best bet on the board is today?
Not a Ben Simmons triple double.
Nope. It's for the best player in the league.
What is that?
Desmond Bane over 25.5 points, rebounds, assists, and over 17.5 points. I hit him both. It's a Bane day, so he hasn't been shooting the ball well since he got back. He has been shooting the ball awfully, but Desmond Bane, that's not going to last long. Desmond Bane has gone 0 for 4, 0 for 7 the last two games from beyond the arc, 2 for 8 the game before that. It's not going to continue. Tough matchups versus Phoenix, Golden State. Now he is going to just crush in the spot. He has to get right at some point here. We currently have him projected for, let's see, enhance. Only slightly above for points, rebounds, assists. Looks like I can get it, minus 105. But Bane, 24 because of a blowout, and then 27 in a blowout. He's going to get 30-plus minutes in this spot here. If I can get 17.5 points and 25.5 points, rebounds, assists in what should be a close game for Desmond Bain, I'm taking it every time.
I'm going to take the over 2.5 threes. You talked me into it while you were describing the other two props here. I see over 2.5 for -110.
I like that. Let's see, -110 over. You can get even money over at MGM.
I love it even more.
Even money over at DK too. Yeah, I don't mind that. I've got 800 down on him, so I'm kind of fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits the threes, you're going to hit most of yours. So that's as you were talking, I was just looking for better odds to come in on Bain.
Yeah. Got a few overs in the Houston game. Dinwiddie over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. Sengun over 13.5 points. Luka over 32.5 points, and Christian Wood over 30.5 points, rebounds, assists. So Luka, obviously, great matchup going up against Houston, and Luka has just been unreal good recently. 32.5, too low of a number, but Christian Wood and Dinwiddie, because of their rotations, Luka obviously finishing all of the first and all of the third quarter. Their rotations are a little bit more secure and with a chance of a blowout. Obviously, great matchup going up against Houston. Houston, one of the worst defensive teams in the entire league. Again, I know there's a 10-point spread here, but I think all these bets hit the over.
Luka's so good. I needed a recovery beer after watching that game. That was an incredible interview also.
I didn't watch the interview, but I had his over on like everything then. I also forgot to mention I took his under on rebounds, 8.5. But that's just because it was a little bit too high of a number. I know he just had 20 the other night, but -109. Yeah, no, he was. Was that the best game ever?
I think it probably was. Just to be down like that late in the game, and then to come back and seal it after looking completely exhausted. Also, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, it's pretty incredible. Luka's just. It's going to be a fun MVP race this year. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, indeed, it is going to be. I'm not sure who's going to win either.
I don't know. Well, now it's like for a while there, you could get Joker, you could get Durant, you can get Embiid at double-digit odds because it looked like Tatum was going to be the obvious guy. Now it's kind of down to like, all right, it's kind of a coin flip between those guys, Luka, Tatum, and Giannis, which it kind of is.
Indeed, it's a 4-horse race, I believe.
And when's the NBA All-Star break?
February, I want to say right after LeBron breaks Kareem Abdul's record at February 9th. So then it'll be maybe the 12th to 14th.
It's February 19th.
19th, close enough.
Is the All-Star game, so it probably starts the 15th.
Okay.
Super Bowl.
It's usually like Valentine's Day weekend.
Super Bowl is the week before. Man, I'm gonna have like a week-long vacation.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'm going down to Phoenix for waste management and then a golf trip and then Super Bowl. It's gonna be.
I want to go to that tournament.
Oh, it is. I've been once.
You made it back out.
Yeah, I've been once and it was just beautiful. It's just. I went when it was raining and one of my favorite. We sat for about 45 minutes just watching girls from ASU in high heels trying to walk up the wet hill. It was just hilarious. I don't know why you would wear high heels to a golf tournament. But
doesn't.
I also had to give one girl a piggyback ride for like a half mile because we weren't sure. We were walking behind her and we saw her fall 3 times, and I'm like, all right, do you have a friend here? Yeah, her. I'm like, do you want me to carry her for the half mile to the Uber? Because she's in heels and hammered. And my buddy had to stand behind me to make sure she didn't fall backwards the entire time. It was
It's hilarious. I would have walked by and said, you should take your heels off.
Yeah, probably. She might have at some point. But she was still falling without him. It was, I don't know. I was drunk at that point too. So, but yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the show. Any other bets you guys saw? You threw out a fatty same game parlay.
I did. I also, backing up to the Memphis game, we've got a tip advantage for, I believe it's Steven Adams against, I forget who the opponent was there, but it's another like 75% to 40% or something. And I believe it has a head-to-head of 2-0. We're going to rock Ja Morant for the first bucket in that game. And then I actually like Randall and Ja. So then this last one, we have Donovan Mitchell. We love his points tonight. We love his PRA. But I think there's a chance that with the way that Indiana funnels, that we're going to have a Jaron Allen bucket. So we're going to go with that. And then if you parlay all three of them together, it's ridiculous. I didn't put much on that, but it's like a few $1,000 for like $15.
Wow, man. And yeah. Just going back to the same game parlays, guys, if you want it, go check out his Twitter at DudeManPaw. He just threw out one for football and basketball. So I used to be able to do this because, like, DK almost every night offers the same game stepped up parlay boost. And so you want to get 10 picks out there every single time. Just because, like, getting 100% profit boost, even if they're taking 20% juice, is still massive when you consider the extra odds. And so, yeah, getting 10 legs out there on your parlay is just huge. And so you've been taking advantage of that, and you've made a decent amount of money on it. I made a ton of money because I hit my first two when I first started doing them, and then they limited me to oblivion. So, still got like $2,000 off of it, but whoop-de-doo. Now I can't bet them anymore.
That's a shame. I've gotten way more than $2,000 off of it. I do have some hockey shots on goal for anybody that has Bet Rivers, Twin Spires, or Barstool. And if
Twin Spires shut down in Colorado, didn't it?
I'm not sure because I was blocked there instantly. So that was one where I smashed I hit like a parlay right off the bat on whatever their $1,000 free bet was, and then I hit a couple of props after that, and our relationship was over.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll rattle these off real quick. It's Gustav Nyquist over 1.5 shots on goal, Blue Jackets Islanders. Max Domi over 1.5 shots on goal, Blackhawks Blues. Jonathan Taves over 1.5 shots on goal, Blackhawks Blues. Roop Hintz over 2.5 shots on goal, Stars Wild. If you guys want to go over to Scores and Odds, you can read why on all of those plays, but those are the plays I'm on for the hockey shots on goal so far today.
Nice. Well, anything else before we get on out of here?
I think that's all I got. I got to get to the football so we can do Behind the Lines this afternoon, and I got some more work to do.
Get it. Yeah, go catch Ryan on Behind the Lines. What time does it start?
We don't shoot live, so it'll be out probably 2 to 3 hours before the Thursday night game.
Nice. Go check it out. And again, go follow him at DudeManPod and go sign up for Scores and Odds where you can see all his picks. It's been fun, guys. We're out of here. Later, kids.